What's going on, guys? It's your boy John the Liquidator coming back with a banger. Got a major free agency update. Kelly has broken her silence, gave the world a clue into her game plan and how she planned on keeping Kelsey Mitchell and putting new pieces around Caitlin Clark. For this one here, we got to go all the way up to Indy. Let's get it. Let's go. Channel. I believe the channel name is Locked On Women's Basketball. This gentleman, Howard, has been pretty much killing it when it comes to giving the, genre and the culture some big time information when it comes to his interviews, man. I want to just give a big shout out to him. If you guys have not done so already, recommend you guys going on over there to his channel. Check him out, man, because he's definitely trailblazing. And that's what I do, man. I give credit where credit's due. A lot of other creators don't do that, but let's dive right into the story. One thing I want to say is the biggest question in this offseason is what is going to happen with Kelsey Mitchell contract and who all is coming to join this Indiana Fever basketball team. Well, Kelly wrapped up that interview, and I'm letting you know right now, she let it be known what her game plan is this offseason as they get prepared for the 2025 season. She talked about a lot of things, how Stephanie White actually came into position with being hired as the new head coach. She spoke about Kelsey Mitchell contract. We know that is a big topic. Aaliyah Boston. But most importantly, she talked about our girl back here on the wall, Caitlin Clark, how they're planning on using her throughout the future, utilizing her ability on the basketball court. Kelly is a genius. She know ball, and I don't know if it's too many women in the world that know ball the way Kelly know ball. But with all that being said, I'm done talking, baby. Roll the footage.
As well.
Yeah, I mean, it was a fortuitous moment of time in terms of timing. When I came in and really got started at the beginning of October, had the opportunity to spend a couple of weeks just reevaluating. I was asked to look at everything, look ahead. Like we're looking at a 3 to 5 year plan ahead. And part of that is, every position, from coaching to throughout the organization, and really setting us up in a way that's going to shepherd us through this next decade or so. So, the coaching was part of it. I can't say anything bad about the job that Christy Sides and her staff did.
No doubt.
She did everything she was hired to do and then some, through a tough first year of Caitlin and all the attention and everything that went with that.
Now that is interesting, guys. I got to stop it right there. She spoke about Christy Sides. Now, a lot of people make it seem like there might be bad blood between them. I don't believe there's bad blood between Indiana and Christy Sides. I believe it was just a better coaching situation. Stephanie White has more experience, definitely in the playoffs and definitely as a head coach. Guys, she had to weigh her options. She did what she had to do. Let's get back to the footage.
I give them a lot of credit. And the opportunity to hire Steph just came about by a random conversation. And I think I probably heard, like most people, that there was potential that she might not return to Connecticut. I don't have privy to those conversations of how that came about. All I know is I had the opportunity to hear from her agent, who said, there's a chance that she could be available. They may be parting ways.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, just keep me posted, because, we're in the midst of making our decision too of what we're going to do. So that's really, and then certainly, Stephanie's, part of our history, part of our franchise, the fabric of our franchise. I know her as a coach. She's a proven winner. She's a proven leader. And she has the kind of experience really that we felt was necessary to kind of lift us through this next 3 to 5 to 7 years of kind of being on this expedited path. I don't think anyone thought we would be, sort of at the door of where we are, which I feel very confident that, we've got a good young group, and Kelsey Mitchell's part of that, but certainly the opportunity to add a few more pieces, and with the leadership like Stephanie, who has been in those moments, those tough playoff moments, those tough moments of winning games, and certainly, putting players in the right position. There was a comfort level that I had in putting her in that position again.
It's so interesting that you say, but you say, people were, I guess, at some level surprised that you guys were this good this soon. I don't mean to toot my own horn, but I talked about this preseason, about the idea that, given the talent, given the way it all seemed to fit, and somehow we're 15 minutes in and I haven't used the phrase Lynn Dunn yet, but what Lynn put together,
for sure.
I mean, it all makes sense, and so I say all that to say that by the time the playoffs rolled around, you guys are a 6 seed. That's a tough, you got to go in and try and win in Connecticut. Connecticut was coached by Stephanie White. So, I mean, it was like, that's a challenge. Alyssa Thomas, DeWanna Bonner, et cetera. But to my mind, clearly the Fever were a top 4 team in terms of performance by the end of that year. The 6 seed was largely a result of a 2-9 team that was not playing like the Fever had played in the last 29 games of the regular season. And so do you think that plays a part in the way you're thinking about it? Like, if the team had made, let's say, more incremental progress, did that performance change the way you thought about it?
Yeah, I mean, well, the generational talent that we have, they're probably a little bit more advanced than most.
Yeah.
We had the chance to get 2 number 1 picks in a row, and that doesn't happen by being a good team all those years. That's you don't get in that position by being a good team. So now our work is cut out for us. And we know, if you look at the 2 teams that were in the playoffs, in the finals, there's a lot of experience on the floor. So adding experience to young players who are already very talented, but until you've been there, you don't really know how hard it is. And I think that's really our next step, and that's our next phase is experience around them. We certainly have a coach who has been there and has been in those moments. So there's a big opportunity in front of us to add to this core group.
As a business proposition, you move beyond those parts, which are, clear. In other words, if you go back to what Caitlin did in her first 11 games, which had to be played over 20 days, her full season numbers are at or above players like Diana Taurasi, players like Sue Bird. I mean, those are the comparisons that you make. And even in the terms of a new CBA that might have a larger salary cap or more options or more, opportunities. So I wonder how you approach this year. Do you try and look at it short term? What are sort of the nature of the conversations to try and, sell her on continuing in the vision of where you guys are and where you don't?
Yeah. I think honestly, most players who are unrestricted free agents are most likely looking at 1-year deals. So that's not unusual, and it certainly doesn't change our opinion of how important Kelsey is and how important she is to returning to this team. So that she's our number 1 priority. Yes, we do have the opportunity to core her, and it would be sort of irresponsible of me if we didn't utilize that opportunity.
Right.
So going beyond that, I can't speak to that because I don't know what the future is, and can't really even talk about it, as well. So
Sure.
we're really focused on the 2025 season, and then trying to sign and grab some more experienced players if we can, under the regulations that we have. But I feel pretty confident that we've got something to offer a lot of players. I mean, this is a place where we take care of players here. We have a tremendous company, top to bottom, Pacer side, Fever side, Geely side. I mean, we're all in this together. This is a basketball company, basketball community. It's about experience for players. I've had players leave and go to other teams, and they're like, "Man, I was wrong. The grass is not greener." And that's happened on the Pacer side too, by the way.
Sure.
So it's, we know we have something special here, and it's our people. It's the fan base around here. People sort of galvanize together, and it doesn't matter who's playing on any given night in Gainbridge Fieldhouse. They're going to be there.
And just to, to kind of button that up on the Kelsey side, Corin as sort of it's been taken different ways by different players through the years, but in this situation where, like you said, everyone's operating on a 1-year time frame right now because of this CBA negotiation, do you feel like there's an opportunity, especially when there's communication with it that comes along, to have that be ultimately not taken as
Kelly Krauskopf, Indiana Fever general manager, letting it be known what will take place during this offseason as they get prepared to put more key players, veteran players, around Caitlin Clark as they make a run for a WNBA title. And she stated, Kelsey Mitchell is here to stay. Get down in the comment section. Let me know your thoughts about this. Keep them bells on, because you want to know why? Because I'm going to bring you the news. And until next time, shake the haters off. I'm out of here, baby.
Shake